Hello and welcome to the Pizza Kitchen. I'm your host Brian Hernandez, and today we're taking a trip to Northeast Pennsylvania to discover the wonders of pan-fried Sicilian pizza. Most of us have heard of Sicilian style, maybe even confused it for grandma style a time or two. I've heard people do that. But this is a little different. It's no secret though, the twist is in the name. This Sicilian pizza is fried in the pan. First off, I'd like to send a big thank you out to Jim Mirabelli of NEPA Pizza Review. His boundless knowledge of this particular style helped me discover the joy that is this crunchy, airy crust of what is in essence a very simple pie. According to legend, this regional secret got its start in the 40s at Victory Pig Pizza located in Wyoming, Pennsylvania, and slowly took over the region. While the true origins remain shrouded in mystery and even delve into conspiracy theories involving Old Forge style and Detroit style, one of the biggest things that I learned about this style of pizza during my research is it's defined by its crust. A solid recipe will take you a long way, but it won't amount to much if you have a lousy process or, just as important, subpar bakeware. Any seasoned pizzioli will tell you your heating utensils and equipment are just as important to your pizza as the ingredients themselves. Proudly made and stamped in the USA, each piece of Lloyd Pan's bakeware is made with the highest quality materials by the highest quality employees, assuring the highest quality bakes on your pizzas, breads, and more. And once again, Lloyd Pans has stepped up to fill a gap in the industry. While the popularity of Detroit style has been on the rise for a few years now, finding those pans was never really an issue. The pan-fried Sicilian pans, on the other hand, well, until a few years ago, it was near impossible to find the size and style of pans needed to create this regional culinary curiosity. Lloyd Pan's 14 by 14 inch Sicilian pans have a 2-inch wall that allows for maximum rise in all your Sicilian pies, grandma pizzas, heck, even Detroit style's the size of Michigan itself. The even heat of the 14-gauge aluminum, signature to any Lloyd Pan's product, give this style of pizza that perfect fry and signature crunch and flavor right out of the box. No seasoning needed. No, wait, actually let me rephrase that. Absolutely no seasoning recommended. Just wipe them out before use, then use. And the proofing in these pans has been made foolproof. The optional 18-gauge aluminum lids fit snugly to each pan with a slightly indented surface to allow room for your dough to grow while securing the pan on top. When not in use, the 76-degree nesting angle allows stacks of these pans to disappear within themselves, saving you valuable real estate in your pizza shop. Each piece of Lloyd Pan's bakeware is coated with Lloyd Pan's stick-resistant PSTK finish, giving them that perfect release without any extra attention, all while instilling that American craftsmanship that allows you to use metal tools on your pans with no worry at all. In fact, they recommend it. Metal tools will just work better with these pans, and these pans can take it. Now I could stand here all day and talk about how great this 14-inch by 14-inch Sicilian pan cooks this pizza, but let me show you instead. Let's start where every good pizza starts, the dough. Today, we'll be making a small batch. I'll include the baker's percentages in the recipe to help you adjust this formula to fit your needs. This recipe came from the expert himself, Mr. Jim Mirabelli, and is a 24-hour cold ferment, plus the time to bring it back to room temperature, and then additional proof time, so plan ahead, guys. We're clocking in at about 30 hours here. All right, let's get frying. For this pizza, we're gonna need all-purpose flour, water, 70 degrees, active dry yeast, diastatic malt powder or sugar, fine salt, olive oil, whole peeled tomatoes, black pepper, garlic powder, Lloyd Pan's 14 by 14 inch Sicilian pizza pan, peanut oil, sweet onions, and sliced white cheddar. While a lot of dough recipes can work with this style, the key here is process, patience, and time. Once the dough starts to gas up, it's going to take a gentler hand while forming it to the pan. And only time is going to get you that rise as well as the flavor that you want. The dough proofing process itself can take up to 4 hours from fridge to oven. Step 1. Mix your dough. Remember to do this about 30 hours before you actually knead the dough. Add your yeast to the water and wake those little buggers up. Once the yeast is activated, add all the water, flour, malt powder, and oil to the bowl. Mix on low until a semi-cohesive dough ball forms, then allow it to rest for 30 minutes. Once relaxed and the dough ball is closer to full hydration, mix again on low speed and slowly add your salt. Once the salt is completely incorporated, mix on medium for about 7 minutes. Once you've finished mixing, cover your dough and let it rest for another 30 minutes, and then you can portion your dough balls and refrigerate them for about 24 hours. Next, you can prep the sauce. Now this is going to go a lot quicker, so don't worry. Basically, you open your tomatoes, you drain them, you crush them with your bar hands, and then you throw in your salt, pepper, garlic powder, and mix thoroughly. Now we wait. Now our dough is ready to start down the path to its fried destiny. Let's hasten its journey, shall we? Pull the dough out of the cooler and allow it to get to room temperature for about an hour or so. Once the dough is warmed up, take it out of your tray and give it a pre-stretch before you put it in the pan. Next, add your peanut oil to the center of your pan, staying clear of the corners. Gently pick up your square fried dough and place it in your pan. Allow your dough to sit for an hour and then lightly stipple the dough with your fingertips, gently working the thick parts of the dough outwards towards the corners. Let it rest one more hour, then stipple again, baby. After the third hour of resting in the pan, you should be ready to go. Next, we want to add a light layer of sauce to our pie. Add your sweet onions, and then parbake your pizza at 550 degrees for about 6 minutes to start that fry and get some rise out of your dough. All right, now while our pizza's in the oven, I wanted to talk a little more about
the future.
And by that, I mean cleaning up. Cleaning up's a cinch, that's it. And because of the Lloyd Pan's stick-resistant PSTK finish, anything you can get stuck to the sides will come off with ease. Don't be afraid to get that metal bench knife right in those corners. That's the kind of cleaning power that you can't get with a plastic dough tool. And to wrap it all up, just use some hot water and a little commercial dish soap, rinse, dry, and reload with pizza. Do not use commercial dishwashers, cleansers, or chemicals on your pans. Oh, and whatever you do, don't feed them after midnight. It's best to follow the rule of, if you can stick your hand in it, you're cool. Meaning your typical 3-bay sink or your sink at home with commercial dish products and a non-abrasive scrub pad. Now some guys may say, well, Lloyd Pans are great, I love what they do for me, but they're a little pricey for me. Well friend, I'm here to tell you that Lloyd Pans may have a premium price, but they also back it up with premium value. They have the highest quality and construction, and your first pizza with these pans straight out of the box is gonna prove it. Now, back to our pizza. After the parbake, remove your pizza from the oven and add a little more sauce, then add your cheddar slices to cover the pie. Pro tip from Jim, to be like the OGs of PFS, you should use sliced Land O'Lakes white cheddar. But he says any hand-sliced white cheddar should work, even a nice melting mozzarella will do in a pinch. Place your pie back in the oven for about 5 or 6 minutes, or until the cheese is just starting to brown and the crust is thoroughly fried. You should be able to hear some sizzling whenever you open that oven door. When your pie is finished, pull it out and set it on a cooling rack. Finally, cut, serve, and demolish. Well, there you have it, folks. A simple yet delicious recipe that you can make in your pizzerias. It's going to bring a little taste of Northeast Pennsylvania right to your customers' tables wherever you are. If you need a full Baker's Percent spreadsheet for the sauce or the dough, you can reach me at bhernandez@wtwhmedia.com and I shall interweb those right over to you. And while you're surfing the AOLs, may I suggest that you check out LloydPans.com for these and other great products for your pizzeria. They're always ready to work with you to fill all your pizza baking needs, whatever style you serve. Well, that's all the time we have today in the kitchen, folks. I'm your host, Brian Hernandez. I'll see you next time, but until then, stay crispy.